Hey guys, it's Ian here from Fantastic Dimensions. Just wanted to talk to you real quick about healing and divine magic and such in fantasy role playing. Probably, if you were to talk to my players in my current campaign or players in campaigns past, they would tell you that I like to run very grim, kind of dark fantasy. Healing magic takes away some of that, I feel. I know I was listening to the Roll Up and Die podcast, catching up on them finally just this week, and they had an episode. It was probably one of their first couple of episodes, but where they talked about resurrections and raising dead and revivify and all of those things, and how it can kind of take away some of the suspense of character death and things of that sort. And I've always kind of felt the same way. I've never liked cheap, easy resurrections, bringing back dead characters, even was it reincarnation, the one that brings them back in a different form. So it has a cost, but still, I just kind of feel it takes away some of the drama, some of the tension. Now, I'm not saying either that characters should be dying every session and that it should always be permadeath. I think there are certain grounds for bringing a character back in one form or another, whether it is a resurrection or a reincarnation or something like that. But I really do think that they should be kind of thematic, and they should have some kind of a narrative in the story, like an epic quest or something along those lines to bring this character back, or going into the depths of hell to save this character's soul or anything of that sort. Things like that could be really cool, but I just don't think it should be simple. Let's take him to the temple, or let's get our cleric to eat a 500 gold piece diamond and shit out his resurrection kind of thing. Pardon the expression, but I definitely think that it should be a little bit more difficult, and it should be something epic when it does happen, and it shouldn't happen all the time. I don't think every character that dies should have a chance to come back. I'm just wondering how you've experienced this, if you've done anything to alleviate it, if you like this kind of fantasy. Maybe not, maybe you prefer the super high fantasy, everything's magical and anybody, death isn't permanent or anything of that sort. I don't know. I'm wondering if there's any systems out there that you might recommend too, that kind of change this mechanic, the mechanic of healing and raising dead. Because even healing magic to some extent too, it's something that you never see. I can't think of any examples anyway, or very rarely would see in any kind of a film or book that you'd read. I mean, the only thing I can think of is maybe what's her name? Jesus, I can't think of the girl's name, but in the Lord of the Rings, when Frodo's dying from the poison dagger, and the elven girl, she basically kind of brings him back from the brink of death and keeps him alive long enough to get him back to Rivendell, where the healers can look after him. And then it does take him quite some time to recover from his wound, but you could say that there's a little bit of elven magic in there that saves him from dying. That's not too bad, because it's not something that happens all the time in the stories. Do you know what I mean? Again, I can only think of it happening that one time. So, are there any systems aside from D&D that you would recommend that might alleviate this? I've got some other fantasy systems that I haven't played and haven't read yet. I've got Within the Ring of Fire. I don't know how it's handled in there, because I haven't read it at all yet. I've got Lamentations of the Flame Princess, which I just picked up the other day, which I haven't really delved into yet either. So maybe they do handle it differently. If anybody's played those systems and wants to drop me a comment or anything, let me know. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think I'm just being too harsh? Do you think, characters should never really be, dead? Do you think they should always have a chance to come back if the player wants to? I can honestly say in my current campaign, we're about to go into our 10th session, and the only character that I've killed was because the player asked, he wanted to play a new character. He said, hey, look, can you kill this guy off in the next session, because I've got a new character that I'm writing up that I think I'd be more interested in playing. So that's fine. Despite my reputation as to being a murdering DM, I haven't killed anybody who didn't ask me to in at least 10 sessions of my current campaign, just so you know. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think. Drop me a comment. If you're watching this and you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you at the gaming table.